Happy homecoming and live from Longley Athletic Complex just off the campus of Dean College. This is Dean College football on WGAO Power 88 atop the press box of Dale Lippert Field alongside Dawson DiBarri on Daniel Botolino, getting you ready for the Bulldogs and the Gallaudet Bison here on the pregame Boomer Report. And Dawson, so many headlines to get into. It's homecoming. It's the senior day. It's the home finale, just to name a few. How exciting is this, my man?
Absolutely amazing here at Dale Lippert Field. There's a great energy in the air today. As you said, homecoming, senior day, a very special day for our seniors. Senior wide receiver Jalen Smith earlier in the week said it's amazing about senior day. It's amazing. It's once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. It's something, I didn't have back in high school, so I'll be looking forward to this opportunity. He was a COVID senior in 2020, and Austin Roy, linebacker, said, yeah, it's exciting, but it's a little bit upsetting. 14 years I've been playing football, and it's finally coming to an end. I don't know if I'll ever step on the field again after this game, then Anna Maria next week. So it's kind of bittersweet.
Absolutely. Emotions all over the place for them, but they'll have to lock in against a very impressive triple option offense.
Absolutely. The Gallaudet Bison here at Longley Athletic Conference, they're rushing for 230 yards per game out of the triple option. They kind of have a big two in that backfield of Drayvon Macklin, who has 561 yards and 4 touchdowns in the year, and then Brandon Washington, the dual threat quarterback, quote unquote. He has 447 rushing yards and 8 touchdowns. And he also leads the team in receiving with 220 receiving yards and a touchdown. So he is going to be, those are the two key guys that the Bulldogs are going to have to stop today.
Yeah, you mentioned it, 235.8 rush yards per game for the Bison this season. And they're a team that's ran for over 5.5 yards per attempt. So this Dean defense will certainly be tested.
Absolutely. The Bulldogs are coming off of a tough loss last week at Alfred State. They allowed 392 rushing yards in the loss. So they got to get that number down, especially against a team that's going to look to just pound the rock all day.
For sure. The Bulldogs, a couple of key seniors for them, Joe Penton, Austin Roy, among others, will have to be huge. But one advantage that they do perhaps have is that they've been facing a similar offense to this in practice all year long.
Yeah, the coaches talked about it. Defensive coordinator Corey Stefanik was adamant about how they feel they're the most prepared they've been all year. They faced the triple option in practice all year, so they think they're in a very good spot today going into it.
Absolutely. And for the Dean offense, it's been a struggle this season. There's no way to sugarcoat it. Only 7 points on the year, but this is a good opportunity for them to run their triple option, get something good. Some long drives perhaps on this Saturday.
Yeah, Coach Murphy's been talking about how they've just been getting better and better each week with the execution and practice. We need to see it on the field, though. It comes down to their red zone execution. They've had good drives in the last couple of weeks. They've been in the red zone. They've been goal to go, and they've either turned the ball over or they haven't got in. So it's going to be about the red zone execution, and you were mentioning a big third down day as well.
Absolutely. It feels like you got to stay out of the third and longs. You got to create some third and manageables and keep the drives going. It feels like a lot of this game will be decided on who can keep, or if Dean can keep the ball away from this powerful Gallaudet offense.
Yeah, it's not like the Gallaudet defense has been lighting the world on fire. The Bulldogs have a real shot here to get going. They're giving up 180 rushing yards a game as well. The Bulldogs' primary rushing offense, they threw for a season-high 129 yards last week, but their main goal is to run the ball out of that triple option, as you said, and hopefully they can, they got to be in the third and shorts, 3rd and 2, 3rd and 3. They cannot find themselves in the 3rd and 9, 3rd and 10 scenarios that they've been all year.
Yeah, you mentioned Dean coming off the loss earlier. On the other side, the Bison coming off a 39-34 thriller against Anna Maria to improve to 3-3. This has been a tale of two halves of the season, really, for the Bison. Started off the season 0-3 with losses to Albright, Merchant Marine, University of New England. Instead, George Mason, Nichols, and Anna Maria, 3 dubs.
Yeah, they've really turned it on as of late. They're cooking on all cylinders on the offensive side. They're averaging 270 plus yards and 3 wins on the ground alone, and just under 100 yards a game on through the air. So it's a potent offense of the Bulldogs. They're really going to have their hands full today.
Yeah, this will be an incredibly intriguing game. Obviously, as many of you know, the Bison School for the Deaf, so you'll see a lot of the hand signals, sign language, the drum for vibrations. It's really a fascinating story and a fascinating team. But this is not any kind of charity case, if you will. This is a legit football team.
100%. They got a lot of guys that are really good football players, and they can play anywhere if they wanted to, that have really found a home at Gallaudet, and they've made a very good football program there.
Absolutely. These two teams have had some very good battles past. We'll see what's in store today. Any final thoughts before we turn it over to the broadcast crew?
Any final thoughts? I have a great feeling about this game. I feel like this game is going to be very competitive and come down to the end. Well, hopefully the Bulldogs can pull that out.
Absolutely. It should be a fun one. So that will do it for the pregame Boomer Report. We will take a quick break. When we come back, Josh Barbara and Sam Smith will take over and have kickoff. For Dawson DiBarri, I am Daniel Botolino. We will be back at halftime. It's homecoming at Dean College, so stay with us on